Hey everyone, I'm trying this for the first time, seriously. So I want to sit and wait to see if there's anybody who's watching or they want to come on or anything like that. I've never done live chat or anything like that. So I've been trying to do some live things. And what I've been trying to do actually is maybe doing online live vocal lessons or warm ups, something like that. So I wanted to use Zoom with this because it could do polls, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it properly yet. So I don't know if I can do polls here, but they're just questions that I'm wanting to ask everybody and just see, the exercises that I put out. I'm so glad that everyone likes them. If you have any other ideas about some of the things, I've thought about maybe doing an exercise just for the break. So that's something that we could talk about. I'm probably going to have a little bit of extra time probably in the next few months because I'm not sure if you've heard, but here in New York City, we have some spikes of COVID. And so some of the parts of the surrounding city, not in Manhattan, not yet, but in the surrounding city, they have closed down a lot of other places in Brooklyn and in Queens and some places, I believe, in the Bronx. So a lot of those people, my students who live there, they're not going to be able to take lessons for a while. They're on pause as well. So I thought, well, I've got some time, so I can make some new warm-ups right now. So any suggestions if anybody wants to chat in? This is seriously my first time to do live, and just give me a shout out or something. I can look it up over here and just let me know what you think. And I'm curious, I have some people who talk and tell me that they do this every single day. And I'm curious if I have any bases out there, because I've had just a few, like I've had a few people go, oh, go lower. So it's kind of hard to get everybody. And that's why I try to encourage everyone to get a private voice lesson in if you can. Since you guys, especially, it's like 11 people on right now. So talk to me. I will be glad to give you a discount on a voice lesson because I want to help you guys sound better and sing the songs that you want to sing. But yeah, give me some ideas of what you think I can do to help you more. Yes, I need to make a living too, which is been crazy for all of us. I mean, come on, it's not just me, it's everybody. I'm not sure if you also heard today that the Broadway League has stalled everything, put everything on pause until next May. So that's a little freaky too for a lot of us. I had a student who was in a show. It got, of course, paused, and they're not sure if it's going to come back. So I haven't heard of what shows are coming back or not. I had another student who got cast in a show that was off Broadway. And of course, didn't even get started. So there's a lot of things going on right now. So if you know of anyone who's in this industry, give them, a hey, it's going to be okay. Or if you can help them financially, give them a couple bucks or something like that. Seriously, it's hard to be an artist sometimes, especially in this time. So a lot of people are also doing a lot of shows, and that's cool. I have a student who did a show today. She's doing another one, I believe, in 2 weeks. She's really big in the UK, and I haven't asked them if I could share anything. I'm sure they wouldn't care, but I was just kind of testing this out and kind of seeing if this even works. If anybody watching, so for the 11 people who are out there, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, give me some messages. Feel free to chat in. If you guys, I know I've been asking for donations, and if you guys are able to, great. If you're not, I totally get it. Just keep watching my videos because that does help. So, but yeah, just anything that you guys think. I am doing some group voice lessons, and I understand that they're in some weird times. So, oh, thank you so much, Cinder BB. You say you love my soprano warm up. Yay! That's so great. Let me know what you do. Like, do you record, or do you do Broadway? Do you do things in your community? Let me know, because that's very helpful. And I have my students, they're like, hey, I'm going to use your warm up to do before my show. And here's something, I think I've said this before, actually. If you're going to ever sing in the morning, and I know with Zoom now, like I have a student who, is popular in different places. I have a couple of students who are popular in different time zones. So she has to get up like really early in the morning to do an interview or something. One of the things you can do, a little trick, do a really strong warm up, a good, nice warm up. I mean, don't go overboard, but a good warm up the night before. Relax. I would suggest not having any dairy, nuts, anything that could clog you up, and then get a good night's rest. And when you get up, you'll kind of still be a little bit warmed up. Oh, cool. Great. Well, you're always a dancer. You're always a professional. Don't say ex-professional. You're always a professional. That'd be cool. If you do any videos, let me know, because I'd love to send people your way. I know people are doing workshops, and I thought about doing workshops too. My biggest struggle with doing these group lessons is I'm probably going to have to separate people in like, if we do like warming up, they're going to have to be smaller classes, and probably people of like soprano, alto, tenor, bass, those kind of things, because it is different. I mean, I can do lower, higher, but again, I am such an one-on-one teacher. Sometimes it gets like, so you'll get the most out of being you'll get the most out of a one-on-one experience when it comes to vocal lessons, because I can hear what you're doing and then immediately have you adjust. That's harder to do in a group. And I'm sure dancing too, but you can watch someone individually as you do, a group, but it's hard to hear what everyone is doing unless everyone's silent and I can hear what someone is doing. So yeah, totally message me. Let me know if you're interested in private voice lessons, and what kind of warm-ups. I do know a lot of people are interested in some of the newer warm-ups that I've done, or the ones that I don't have, which kind of help what I call the area, the magic area. I did that two weeks ago with Songbook South in Louisiana, and I did a belting workshop, and it was really fun, and they really liked it. So I thought, I can do a belting workshop. Thing is, I want to hear you guys sing so that I can adjust. And that's going to be like you singing on Zoom. So we've got to set up how you could do that on your side, to have the music on your side, and have it turned up just enough to where I can hear you. And if I don't know the song, I'd like to know before the workshop, so I can kind of get music and get going, so I can go through and stuff like that. And then we can perform for each other. And that kind of helps with your confidence, because this is a really weird environment to do this in. Now, I'm used to teaching like this, but I've had people ask me like, hey, will you do a concert on Zoom? And I'm like, yes. I'm not sure if I'm set up to do that exactly. But doing mini master classes, yes, I thought about doing that. Yeah. You're a hobby singer. Okay, cool. That's great. That is cool. We talked about that because I was coaching on Zoom for, sorry, things are still going on. This is Harlem. You got all kinds of stuff going on outside. Yeah. A master class would be good. The deal is that I would be doing it on Zoom, and I miss being, hey, UK, cool beans. I really miss seeing someone in person and having you stand and adjust. And, sometimes people will jut their chin, or they won't be sitting up properly or standing up properly. And I can help with those adjustments as well. So that's kind of racking my brain a little bit. And like I said, I've done group voice lessons online before. But I do have to separate usually lower voices, higher voices, and have those others doing something else with someone else, like they're doing the dance with somebody. So I may do a group to where, hey, this person will go do a dance, this person will do voice, and we can kind of all do something together. I don't know. It's just my brain is trying to think of all kinds of things. But I can totally do a master class. Just have people come in, and especially those songs that are kind of like, harmonies would be fun. Yes, that would be awesome too. Have any of you guys, a couple of people have talked to me about the different platforms they have to try to join everybody. But as I've heard right now, nothing really works because of the lag time, and you can't tell, who has what internet. And if that is, it's yucky. It's like, how are we going to get this done? So, but yeah, harmonies are fun, and it's cool to do that. And that's, having someone sing on a C, an E, and a G just to kind of get you going and to hear yourself. that is kind of cool. We could, that's doable. Thank you, Cinder BB. That's definitely doable. But yeah, coaching would be awesome. So yeah, trying to think of something else, guys. But yeah, just give me a little message or something for a private voice. I'll give you guys definitely a good deal. Anything else you guys have wonder about, or any of the exercises you're curious about? Maybe I do teach Gary Katana. You know, you can go on Facebook. Now, I do have, you can go on KT Vocal Studio. And of course, I don't know how to do any of this stuff, so I can put this in here. The ktvocalstudio.com. And you can go to the contact me page, because lots of people do that. It goes straight into my email box. And so I can get with you. In fact, I have a student who's around about in the UK that I'm going to start teaching, and I know it's like an afternoon, so this is pretty much, this is what I do for a living, so I'm pretty much available most of the time. So Monday happens to be my birthday, so I'm not going to be teaching that day. I'm going to take off and do some cool things with some friends, but yeah, go to ktvocalstudio.com. I'm working on Facebook. That's a question I can, thank you very much. That's a question I can ask. Do you guys, you can also message me on Instagram, KT Vocal Studio Instagram. Thank you very much. But that's a thing. I am not on Facebook as much, but I do have a business page, but it's all wacky. So I'm using this time to also kind of clean that up. But do you find that you when you search around, that you look for people on Instagram or Facebook, or do you just do YouTube? Which I totally get it. I totally understand. Let me know about that. So yeah, another birthday. Oh, getting older. I'm not going to say how old. You can Wikipedia that. Ugh. Oh, but yeah, just let me know, because it's, I'm curious. Not so anonymous. Oh, cool. Awesome. Oh, cool. We'll have fun at church. Nice. Not so anonymous. Cool beans. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've had choir directors tell me that they warm up their choirs. They put them in different groups, of course, by their type of voice, and then they warm up. So that's really great. I really, when I put those together, I really wanted to be very systematic on how to open up your sound. Do I personally? No. My best friend has, I'm more used to Facebook, but Instagram is good too. Okay, cool. That's great. Good to know. I can fiddle around every once in a while, but I don't have a consistent coloratura because it's just not my voice. I'm more of a subareta with extended high ranges. But my best friend, Jennifer Dowd, she wouldn't mind if I talked to you about that. She is a coloratura. She's now retired, of course, but and she still sings occasionally. And she, in fact, I may interview with her, because it's very rare to actually have stomach acid. I mean, okay, we have stomach acid, so sometimes we feel it, and it's like, ooh, that's gross. We take some kind of antacid to make it go down and things of that nature. But it really is a little bit, it's not as common for it to sit on your vocal cords and mess with your vocal cords. It can bother you and create mucus and create just junk there, but for it to actually get on your vocal cords, it's kind of hard. That actually happened to her. And so she's gone through a lot of things to try to avoid surgery. And then she ended up having to get surgery, and then now she's recovered from it. And so I want her to either I'm going to have a video or like an interview thing with her on her process of what she had to do. She's also a teacher, like a school grade teacher. And so she's talking or having to talk all the time, meaning she teaches a choir. So she didn't have a lot of downtime between all of that. She did it through the summertime, which was good. But, you know, with COVID and things kind of crazy, she didn't have as much time as she needed before she had to get back started to work online. So I've thought about talking to her about that, because she did have to actually get surgery, and they tried everything for her diet, for all the medication, and they were like, this is definitely what's happened. And I've never heard her saying like bad in a day in her life. And she never had problems until she had that. So that's something to talk about as well. If you guys are interested in me having like a video on how to keep yourself healthy, or what to do if that happens, because those kind of things, that scares me when I think about different things that people can harm their voice. And I have to be honest, when someone tells me they're singing and they're like, hey, I smoke, or, I drink a lot. I mean, drinking's fine. Smoking, not so great for you. And it's terrible on your cords. It really is. It dries you out. It dries your cords. But some people like the way that sounds, and it kind of changes their voice. But to have that, clean sound, or that sound like, without any encumbrances, it's best to, not drink, or if you drink water along with it. Yes, you'll be going to the loo all evening long. And especially with the stomach acid, you want to stop drinking at least 3 hours before you go to sleep. Even if it's 3 a.m., I totally get it, but try to do that so you're not sleeping, or even eating, of course, on or sleeping on a full stomach. You don't want to do that as well. But yeah, lessons. So right now my lessons are based on $75 an hour, which I know isn't a lot, but it's also not cheap, for someone. And so like, if you guys today, like there's 11 people on there, whatever, if you guys would like to have a voice lesson like for $55, I'll take $20 off. Message me, say, hey, give me your handle, because I can see the chat and everything. I would definitely give you guys a voice lesson for that. And any questions you have, and a song that you're working on. I know that I have the voice warm-ups that I have. I also do another technique that I work with singers, but also with speakers. But it also, like I said, it does help with singers, and it's Gary Katana's technique. And you can look up him. It's a very interesting technique. When I first started it, like over 10 years ago, it freaked me out, but it really helped me feel the closure of my vocal cords. And so I was teaching this, and I started to let people know out into the internet that I was teaching this. So I've actually had students, who, Gary is great. He's a little expensive, and he works with a lot of famous people, which is cool. So I've had some of his students come to me, who is considerably less, and some of them, they're still taking lessons from me on his technique on how you can solidify your voice and get it from being too really whiny, because people want to think really cry or sob. And I talk about Seth Riggs, who I understand, and Roger Love, who's pretty much more my favorite when it comes to speech language singing. But of course, he was under Seth for a long time, so his book is really good. But Gary's technique is totally different, totally opposite. A lot of my students say that their opera voices all of a sudden get really good, because I work with tons of musical theater. They have to jump back and forth. And now we're addition of rap music. We're doing all the things that they need to have for their repertoire. So they notice that their classical sound gets better, but they also find that their belt gets more solid, and their mix is more solid too. So I'm a big proponent of his particular technique. And I do have a group lesson that's going to be starting. Hopefully, I have got a little bit of info about it, and I know it's a little pricey because it's a 6-week thing, and it's literally like 15 hours of work. And when I calculated it, it was a lot of money. And so I was like, well, at least I'll do half that, because it's intense. So that class will be you learning how to do his technique the correct way, so that you're not mystified when you're doing his exercises. And you're going to upload to me privately here on YouTube. You're going to upload to me what you're doing, so that I can give you feedback. And I'm going to give like free things away. I want to give free lessons away. I'm going to, I actually sing myself, and so I'll mail you a CD. I want to give some CDs away and that kind of stuff too. But just I'm so not fanatic. I mean, kind of, but I really, really tout his program because it helped me so much. And then it's helped every single student that I've had. And I like to introduce that when I first start to give everyone that grounding of how to feel the chords together and what that feels like, and not throwing it in your nose, and to feel what the mask really should feel like. So it's really a fascinating technique. And you can go there and see that, but don't buy it yet, because I'm going to make like a YouTube just for you guys. I'm going to put YouTube, maybe I'm going to figure out what it is, and we can make it up. I'll just say, I'll just do YouTube. And when you put that in there, then you'll get a discount on that, like, you know, a lot. I won't say what it is, because I'm going to go, I don't know how much I can do and still, you know, be able to survive. You know, that's what I'm trying to do, survive out here, because I am in Harlem, and it's, you know, it's crazy, meaning we just don't know if we're going to be shut down or opened up. And, you know, we're testing. I've tested negative twice. So it's, of course, great news. I'm very healthy. I'm not in that category. That would be a person who, and I mean, I do have asthma, seasonal asthma, but, you know, I do wear a mask everywhere. Although the other day I forgot, and it freaked me out. I was like walking out, and I went, oh my gosh, it's that moment. I'm like, oh crap, you know, because right now you can't, you know, you have to go into establishment. You have to have, you have to wear a mask. So, but yeah, so everyone's kind of, you know, like we all are, tense. What's going to happen in New York? You know, Broadway, that's, people come here for Broadway, and we're like, it's not going to open back up. And I hope it opens up with a vengeance, and everyone comes, and, you know, they start back up. And I don't know if that's going to start up, you know, that it's going to open in May, which means people will be rehearsing the beginning of the year, hopefully, to get ready. Or if that means they're going to start rehearsing there. I hope it's that it's open. I don't know about you, but I hope it's open back up. I know there are some auditions and things going on. I still get the buzz from that. So, but, you know, hopefully, let's all hope New York opens really soon. That would be great. But yeah. Yes. No worries, no worries. Please do, Janet. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you coming in. And yes, go to bed. UK, you guys are like 6 hours, I believe, ahead. So it's time for you to go to sleepies. So good night, and thank you so much. So yeah, we'll look at that, but it's a 6-week. I'm making it intense because it's not, you know, I want you to have feedback from me. And so I toyed with the idea of trying to schedule everyone, but I know everyone has their own time schedule. So if you can upload to me privately on YouTube in between when you're doing the group lesson to learn his technique, then you can, I can give you immediate feedback and say, okay, when you're doing this, think this way or whatever. Because what I found out is a lot of people, when they do the exercise, they're like, am I doing it correctly? Even though they listen to him, there is a great app that's literally $4.99. It's not expensive. And you can even get his videos, and the people who get the videos still come to me. So, and I get it, because it's a different sensation, and everyone's voice is different. And that's the way I teach. You come to me as a teacher. Right now, it sounds like a lot, because it scares me, because it sounds like a lot to me. But for the 6 weeks, for 15 hours, I have it at 500, but I'm going to make it less for you guys, for everyone who's on this feed, and I'm going to put it in. I'm just going to say, and I haven't made the code yet, so this is just me talking off the top of my head. But I'm going to put code in here and just say YouTube. So when you go and check out, did I put it in there? Sometimes I type in YouRube. It's hilarious. I'm like, why am I doing that? But it's YouTube. I'm going to make that when I get off of here and have that. I have it on a Sunday night and a Monday night, so I'm not sure. And so that's my curiosity too. Do I need to make one where it's in the afternoon? Because I know if you're in UK, you can't do something that's late at night here, because you're just getting up in the morning. So that's another thing, because I've had people ask me, and I'm like, when can I do it? I can do it Monday afternoon, possibly, because I'm got to think of my schedule, because I do have regular private lessons. So yeah, so that's where I've been kind of in a hiccup. I can't have a lot of people in there because I've limited to 10, and that's like a lot. So I may limit it to 5 and open up more times because I want everyone to get that, you know, that feel, and to know exactly how to do Gary's technique and not be, you know, freaked out about it, because it scares people. It scared me when I first did it, you know, because you don't, yes, I sing and I can feel what's going on, but this was so unique that I really felt what was happening, and I could feel, this is what Gary's technique does. It reveals all of your weaknesses, and that sucks. It really totally sucks. But it's great because once you do the exercise, literally it's like going to the gym and building your vocal cords. And so you're doing this, you're building up the vocal cords, but it's also, as you do the exercise, it's strengthening them so that the weird sounds, the weaknesses that you hear start to clear up. The kicker is you just got to practice. And it's just, like I said, going to the gym. And so, but 5 minutes a day, and I kid you not, I have had students who, like, they'll come to me twice a week to do just Gary's exercises with me, and they won't do anything else. And they notice significant improvements in their singing and their speaking voice, because I teach both singers and speakers. And I use his technique for my speakers, as well as diction things, tongue twisters. I find out, you know, do you want to do accent elimination, which I never really, you know, never tout that, because be who you are, where you're from, that's fantastic. Or if you have certain issues like sibilant S or anything that we can work on, then that's great too. But it's usually resonance. People come to me because they want their voices to be more resonant. So we talk about that, but I use Gary's technique for that. But yeah, so if you're interested, please let me know. And I'm going to use that code, and I'm going to give you guys a really great discount. Again, I'm going to do small calculations, and we'll do that. And even if there's 1 or 2 or 3 people there, then more time for you. Seriously, more time for you. But the biggest kicker is doing his exercises correctly. And not getting like, oh, what do I do? Because it like I said, it freaks people out, because it's pretty crazy. They're odd mouth positions. It's based on bel canto, and he does have a book called Revolution in Singing. Like, he's not giving me money for any of this. This is just something that's been working. And if I find something that works for my students, I'm going to use it. You know, I'm just going to use it. But it's Revolution on Singing. For some people, it's a little technical, but I don't think it's that bad. Seriously, I mean, I have got Miller's book, like I always have out here, ready to answer questions if I forgot, because it's a whole bunch. But I don't think it's that technical that you can't, you know, breeze through that. But it is fascinating listening, and he's worked with some really amazing people. In fact, he was working with Whitney Houston when she passed, and I think there's a YouTube video on that that you can see. And helped get her voice back up to par, at least 80% to what it was before. Before, when she had just kind of gone downhill, and just lifestyle choices that kind of hurt her voice. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I'm really grateful, and I've been on here about 28 minutes. I can yak, and I apologize for that. But yeah, just wait. Give me some time to put the code up. And yeah, and share this with other people. If you know anyone who would like to feel better and sing better or speak better, let them know about me. You know, I've had some students who are on pause, and we're hoping it won't be permanent, but it'll be a while. And what a crazy year. None of us thought, believe me, none of us thought that this was going to be like that. In fact, I had a gig. I was going to do a one-woman show at the Cutting Room out here, and that was like, nope, not doing that. So anyway, hopefully I'll be singing again soon too. So again, guys, thank you so much. I'm not going to take up any more of your time, and yeah, just give me a shout out. KTVocalstudio.com. YouTube, not so much now. Instagram works. I mean, I figured that out, meaning that's easier to understand than like Facebook being all crazy. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later, and I look forward to, you know, meeting any of you guys, having a lesson with you guys, and letting me know what you would like to see next on some of these videos. All right, I'm going to see if I can end it. Okay, cool. Yay. Bye, guys. See you later.